What's up, guys? Episode 2 of Misfit Radio. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Max.
Today we're going to be telling you exactly how we got our leads to start paying us versus the traditional way of using your entire marketing budget to buy up leads, hoping that they'll convert into paying customers. Hey guys, it's Jordan and Max. For the last 7 years, we've bootstrapped our entire lives by building online businesses, software companies, information products, and marketing agencies to survive.
Now, to see if we can take things to the next level, we've left our previous businesses to see if we have what it takes to build and maintain $1 million business without outside funding.
Follow along as we learn, share, and teach the best digital strategies being used by the best marketers and entrepreneurs in the world today. This is Misfit Radio.
Right, and it really flips business on its head because typically people invest a ton into leads, they follow up with them, they have sales teams, they track them down, and eventually they hope to get return on investment. However, when you get return immediately, when your leads pay you, it's a whole different game.
All right, if you're talking to an investor, one of the first things they ever are going to ask you is what's your cost per lead or what's your cost per acquisition? And when you can tell them that it doesn't cost us anything, we're actually making money for someone to for them to give us an email, they're paying us to give us their contact information. That's pretty crazy stuff. Today we're going to teach you exactly how to do that and what we did to allow us to start launching our business. Right.
So a little bit of backstory. Jordan and I, were working with a marketing firm that specialized in the physical therapy space.
Yeah.
So, they ran Facebook and Google ads for all sorts of PT clinics around the world, really. It was an incredible opportunity. And they were kind of doing things the traditional way when we first got started.
Yeah, and for those of you who aren't business owners or aren't familiar with marketing, basically the first thing you have to do in any marketing campaign is to get your ideal target customer to raise their hand and identify that they have the problem that you can solve, so you can start sending targeted content and sales messages in their direction. And Traditionally what you do is give them some sort of value for free, like an ebook or a video series. These sorts of things where it's like they give you their name, their email, and their phone number. You know that they have that problem that content solves, and then you can start sending them better and better content about that thing.
Right, exactly. And this is a great way to do it in the past, and it does work for a lot of businesses. But the problem that you a lot of times encounter with this is you don't know when those leads are going to convert, right? So we spent a bunch of money and we bought leads, but we don't know when the ROI is going to come back, and we don't know when our return on our marketing dollar is going to come back, which can be a huge problem, especially for a young business.
Right. It's one of the biggest problems in marketing agencies because people will download your ebook and then not get back to you for sometimes months at a time. Some people get back to you the next day, week, a month, and it's impossible to be able to measure ROI, especially when you have a client asking you like, okay, I have all these leads coming in, but when are they going to come into patients? It's impossible to tell because you don't know where they are in their journey.
Right, that's exactly what I was about to say next is the second biggest problem is maybe someone downloads your lead magnet, your ebook, but you don't know where they are in their journey exactly, right? I mean, they could be downloading this and be, just because they want to have their information, they could be like looking for someone to solve their problem, but you don't know which lead's hotter than the other lead, right?
Very commonly, they might just be someone that likes free stuff on the internet.
Yeah, all too commonly, indeed.
All the time. And so it's really important to not just give them something that, okay, yes, they might be interested in back paying, but you need to have something that that they're either ready to buy or they just need to be just nurtured a little bit to buy. You don't want any of those people that are just vaguely interested or reading about it because they heard someone else had the problem. You got to be able to identify them as an actual buyer, not just someone that is vaguely interested in the problem that you solve.
Right. Otherwise, you'll get a lot of leads, and it can be a big hassle to go through each and every lead, follow up with them.
Exactly.
Never knowing if it's going to turn into anything.
Exactly. So we need to find a way to give way more value up front that not only identify them as interested in the topic, but identify them as a buyer, someone that was ready to buy whatever the next thing is in your business. So we had this breakthrough moment when we went to Funnel Hacking Live this past year, which is the biggest marketing conference in the world. We got to learn from literally the best entrepreneurs and best business people in the world. I was standing within a foot of Steve Larson and a bunch of my other heroes like dropping the ball on Russell Brunson and Dana Derricks. Really fell apart on those names right on the spot there. But I was literally standing within a feet of these people, listening to them teaching the exact online sales funnels and marketing strategies that they use. And basically, the one biggest thing that we walked away from this conference is...
Sell the thing that sells the thing.
Right. Stop selling the main part of your business. As business owners, we really just want to sell what our best thing is because we know what that person's outcome could be if they committed to buying this awesome package that we have.
Right.
And the truth is, if you run into someone on the street, let's say, as a physical therapy practice owner, if I walked up to someone on the street and say, for $2,000, I can get your body feeling the best it has ever been in your life. Most people are just going to tell you to go away, and they don't trust you. You're just some weirdo that just walked up and asked them for money, said that you're going to make them feel good. That's a scary thing to walk up to someone and offer.
Okay. So Jordan, I have a question for you. So, we talked a few examples last time. There's a couple easy ones when we talk about selling the thing that sells the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm selling guitars, I sell guitar picks first. I'm, candle making, I sell the wicks.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a digital agency here. What kind of thing can you sell that sells that?
That was definitely a hard one. We struggled with that one for a little bit. But what we ended up coming up with, I thought was really good, because over the past year, even before that, when we're doing our own solo marketing, we created a ton of content on how to do really important things in marketing, how to generate 5-star reviews, how to write really, really good email series that get clients to stick around and keep buying from you, and how to write really good Facebook ads. We had a ton of content about this, and we're just running it on our social media as content.
Right.
And so we decided, why don't we just take all of our best stuff that people loved and just throw it in a USB, and then we can just give that to people. And so we started what we called the Golden Key USB funnel, and basically it was a flash drive of all of the best content we've ever created and training videos on how to implement it in a USB. All they had to do was cover shipping. And the magic behind that is, I'll let you talk about the benefits of the content itself, but we had people that were offsetting their own ads, the leads offsetting their own ad spend by paying for the shipping. So obviously it covers shipping, it covers packaging, but also offsets the ad spend by charging a little bit above shipping, which is magical, because now we're making money on acquiring these leads, which allowed us to dump all the money back in to get more of them. We just had this lead generating machine, but it also allowed us to learn a lot about where the prospects were.
Right, exactly. So I think, obviously leads paying us, huge. But the second biggest thing this did for us was it put everyone on an even platform, right? We knew that all these leads that were not paying us, they at least had a foundation of these 3 aspects, the 3 core principles we put on this USB. We knew that every lead coming to us had the foundation that we required for them to be an ideal customer for us.
Exactly. So basically, the USB was, here's the fundamental, foundational things you need before you even start paid advertising. So we knew that every single person that took it, they were on the exact same level. We knew what they needed next, which is the most important thing when you're putting any sort of content or creating offers. You always need to know what the next thing you need to sell them is. Right. Otherwise, they just fall into lead limbo and then fall off your email list.
Yeah. So when we first came up with this key idea and we kind of pitched it to the rest of the team, there were a few conflicts, little tension that came up. And one of the first things that I want to talk about is, because you have a really great point about this, is giving away too much. Like, why should I give them my best stuff first for, a shipping cost, $7,
Right.
Why am I giving my best stuff away?
Because it gets you to trust them. It's like when someone gives you a ton of value, naturally you want to keep getting more value. Right. That's why that's why a lot of people, if you're getting a ton of a free thing, a lot of people take advantage of it to keep getting free thing. It's human psychology. If something's creating a ton of value for us and it's easy, we're going to keep wanting more. Okay, so when you give a ton of value up front and it's real value, not just giving them nonsense that takes them in 5 different directions, when you give them value that has a targeted purpose and leads them along a specific path, then you know exactly what value to bundle together to sell them next. And as you keep giving them more and more stuff, you start charging them a little bit more. Okay, it doesn't go from 0 to charging a $1,000 project. It might go from 0 to a $7 product, and then to a $20 product, and then a $70 product. And then you just keep ascending them through this value ladder by just over-delivering on everything. Over-delivering has never hurt anyone ever, yet so many clients, so many people, even ourselves, are really hesitant to do this for some reason.
Yeah, and I think one thing I would add to that is why give away your best information? People don't pay for information. They pay for organization and they pay for structure. Okay, information is out there. It's free. I've learned more on YouTube. I think both of us have learned more on YouTube than we have in all of our college experience combined. So the information's out there, guys. Don't worry about giving away too much information. Give them structure, give them organization, give them a plan to achieve the results you're promising.
That's so good. I love that line. I think Alex Engar said it first, who is an absolute genius. I love the guy. Great friend of ours. Really good marketer. Great entrepreneur. He said, again, write this down. People don't buy your products or your courses for the information. There is so much of that out there. They pay it for the structure that you can provide them. Everyone has this overload of information. They just don't know how to implement it, or they lack the discipline or the motivation to actually do it. They need someone like a coach to help them put it in strategic action, like break it down step by step. Here's what you do. Otherwise, people are overwhelmed with what ifs and, maybe I'm doing it wrong. And then they just get held up in this limbo of not executing. So when people buy something from you, it's not because you're the smartest guy in the room. It's because you've gotten them to trust that you can get them the result and you'll guide them along the entire way.
Exactly. So I think, to overcome that giving away too much, no such thing. It's impossible. Please try to give away too much, because that's when your marketing is really going to work.
Right. And that's when people are going to talk about you.
Right, exactly.
Right?
They'll share that.
Become somebody that they love by just giving, just relentlessly, just keep giving, and I promise you, your business, your life is going to completely change when you stop thinking about, okay, I'll do this, but what am I going to get? When you stop thinking about what you're going to get out of stuff and you just help people because that's who you are, your business and life's going to change.
All right, so can I talk about the results? Is it time?
It's time.
All right, guys. So like I said at the beginning of the episode, through all this, through building this funnel, by giving away too much, we got our leads to pay us, and after 30 days, we had 57 leads, and we profited about $1,400, which is insane because now we have just a massive bucket of leads, and we have money to pour right back into our funnel and get more and more leads.
Right. Think about that. Like we were maybe spending like $1 or $2 to get a lead, and every single one of them we're profiting about $20. Think about that. Okay. Think about for your business how much you spend to get every single lead. Okay. It's probably right around that $3 or $4 mark. Okay. We can now afford to spend up to $21 to get new leads, which means we can outspend everybody without going negative. So we're still profitable spending $20 per lead, which means we can outspend everyone, which means we're going to win every single time.
Mm-hmm. Can't lose when you can outspend your competition by 10 times.
Exactly. And you don't have to have a huge budget to start out with. We started out with almost no budget whatsoever. But as soon as the first lead came in that took the USB, we all of a sudden could double down our budget. And every single time someone came in and bought a new one, we had more money to plug into our funnel, and the results were insane. Continue to be insane.
Right.
That's the best thing about this. It's insanely sustainable. This isn't just like fluke marketing or flash in the pan strategies. This is something that works every single time, and that's just freaking incredible.
It is. It really is. We run this funnel, and it's lasting, it's consistent, it's bringing high quality leads over and over again at profit. It completely changed the business.
And just to prove to you that this works, this isn't the first time we did this. We went and applied this to a bunch of different industries, and it's worked in every single one. It worked in e-com, it works in the service industry for physical therapists and dentists, and it definitely works for information products, which is what the USB was.
Right.
So for e-com, we sold we gave away one free little thing as a rewards program to all their current customers, and then there was an upsell for another thing, and then another thing, and another thing, and so without spending a single dollar, we just brought in an insane amount of profit for this person, and it's something that's just automated now, and it's just pumping in money for them.
Right. Exactly. It's we were talking about the before. For him, it was like, I spend this much on ads and I get about this much out, and I make a little profit. I shave it off the top, right? Well, now it's completely flipped. It's basically the leads are paying him to come in, and then he's selling them more stuff on the back end.
It starts with giving them a free little thing, okay? Like a little pin that they can put on their hat. All of a sudden, they're buying like 4 or 5 giant tapestries, and now this e-com business is just blowing up.
Right.
And now we're looking at buying an e-com store because the results were just so insane. It wasn't hard to get it. It all just comes down to sales psychology and just plugging in the right pieces at the right part in the website, in the value journey of that customer.
Right.
It's insane, guys. If you find a way, if you find out what thing to give away that's going to sell the thing you're actually trying to sell, your business is going to explode because it's going to make selling what you're trying to sell so much easier.
Exactly. And I think the other thing we should add is we love helping people figure this out. It's a big puzzle, right? Like, selling the thing that sells the thing is not that obvious all the time. Obviously, we ended up selling a golden USB drive, right? So if you guys have questions, like, reach out to us. We love doing this stuff, and we'd love to help you find your thing that's going to sell your thing. So let us know.
Offer creation is one of our favorite things to do. You're almost always going to have to create something new in order to make this work, but that's where we really love nerding out. So if you want to talk about what sorts of offers and creations you should create to sell the thing that's going to sell your thing, we'd love to chat. So reach out to us in the comments or in private messages, whatever works.
Yeah, sounds great.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Just tried to tell me you didn't love that. Hey, whoever can outspend the competition in acquiring new customers controls the game. Want to learn more about offer creation and how to get leads to pay you? Join the Misfit Radio private Facebook group for more content, masterminds, and community support.